Stop sucking in your stomach. I am completely serious. Literally stop it right now, because that is exactly what's making your lower ribs stick out. I see this all the time, and I am here to tell you right off the bat, it is not fat, it's not your genetics, and it is absolutely not something you just have to live with. Welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to fix this issue completely by diving into the real anatomy behind it. So here's a crazy fact you've probably never heard. Your lower ribs can flare outward so severely that they literally make your waist look wider and your belly look bigger. And this happens even on a completely lean body. So if you've been wondering why your stomach seems to stick out even when you're super fit, or why your waist looks kind of wide in tight dresses, this is the real reason. Okay, let's dive into this. Everyone always thinks the issue is fat, bad genetics, or just really stubborn bloating. But the actual culprits? Flared ribs, vertical breathing, and an inactive core muscles. Once you understand how your breathing, your posture, and one specifically neglected muscle are working against you, you can literally fix this whole shebang in just minutes a day. Now, I want you to interact with this explainer right now. Do a quick test with me. Take a normal breath. Just breathe in normally. Did your shoulders go up? Did your chest rise first? If you answered yes to either of those, you're doing something called breathing vertically, meaning you're breathing right up into your upper chest. And that is exactly where our problem begins. Get this massive number, 20,000. That's how many breaths we take every single day. When you breathe up vertically instead of down into your belly, you're using your neck and shoulder muscles to lift your rib cage instead of using your diaphragm to lower it. Every single time you take a breath this way, you physically flare your lower ribs outward, rotating them up like a pump handle. Do that 20,000 times a day, and your lower ribs simply get stuck in that flared position. Research actually shows that breathing pattern disorders affect a massive percentage of us, and they are directly linked to this exact posture problem. Let's geek out on the anatomy for just a second so you can see exactly what's happening. We have 12 pairs of ribs, and the bottom 5 are the troublemakers. Ribs 11 and 12 are called floating ribs. They don't even attach to anything in the front of your body. They literally just end in muscle. But here's the critical connection. Your diaphragm, the main muscle you're supposed to breathe with, attaches directly to these lower ribs. Every breath should pull your ribs down and in. But when you breathe vertically, it pushes them up and out. But wait, here is the part that will really surprise you. That lower rib flare is often connected to your pelvis, not just your ribs. If you sit a lot, your pelvis can tilt forward, causing an anterior pelvic tilt. When your pelvis tilts forward, your lower back arches. And that arched back pushes your entire rib cage up and out at the front, literally like an accordion opening up. And this brilliantly illustrates a concept called extension synergy. Your body is naturally compensating for that pelvic tilt. Your pelvis tilts forward, your spine extends and arches, and your ribs flare out. All three of these things move together. The result? A protruding belly, permanently flared ribs, and a lower back that totally aches by the end of the day. So what connects this whole chain together? It's a muscle you've probably never even thought about. Your transversus abdominis, or TA for short. It is the absolute deepest muscle of your core, and it wraps around your entire midsection like a natural corset. The TA attaches directly to the inner surface of your lower ribs. Its entire job is to pull those lower ribs down and in, compressing your abdomen like a tight bear. Here is the real kicker, though. When you breathe wrong and tilt your pelvis forward, your transversus abdominis simply switches off. It stops working entirely. And with that natural corset turned off, there is absolutely nothing pulling your ribs down. They stay flared permanently, and your waist stays looking so much wider than it actually is. Section The 5-Minute Fix. 5 exercises done in exact order. We are definitely not going to just leave those ribs stuck like that. Here's our exact roadmap to a narrower waist. We're going to do a breathing reset, a rib slide down, the dead bug with an exhale, a pelvic tilt reset, and finally a 90-90 exhale holds. Let's break each one down. Exercise 1 is the breathing reset, and this is absolutely crucial. You can actually do this with me right now. Place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Breathe in slowly and focus on making only your belly hand move. Your belly rises as your diaphragm pushes down, but your chest hand must stay totally still. As you exhale slowly, pull your belly button toward your spine and imagine your lower ribs closing down together, just like a drawstring purse pulling tight. Exhale fully, hold empty for 3 seconds, and repeat for 10 rounds. Do this twice a day to retrain your brain to breathe down instead of up. Exercise 2 is the rib slide down. Stand tall, place your hands right on your lower ribs with your thumbs pointing toward your back and your fingers wrapping around your sides. Now exhale fully. As you exhale, physically press your ribs down and in with your hands while pulling your belly button to your spine. You want your ribs to literally slide downward and inward, almost like you're closing a cage. Hold that for 5 seconds with shallow breathing, then release. Repeat this 8 times to mechanically unstick those ribs and train them to rest in a neutral, narrow position. Moving on to exercise 3, the dead bug with exhale. Lie on your back, knees bent at 90 degrees, feet off the floor. Crucially, press your lower back gently into the floor. Extend your arms up. As you exhale, slowly lower your right arm overhead and your left leg to the floor, but only go as far as you can without your lower back lifting. Breathe in to return to center, then exhale and switch sides. 10 reps per side. This trains that corset muscle, your TA, to do its all-day job of holding your ribs down while your limbs are moving. Next up, exercise 4, the pelvic tilt reset. Stand against a wall, heels, hips, and shoulders touching. If you can easily slide your hand behind your lower back, your pelvis is tilted forward. So tuck your tailbone slightly, flatten your lower back completely against the wall, and bring your ribs down. You'll feel your spine lengthen. Hold this flat back position and do your belly breathing for 1 full minute. This entirely resets that extension synergy we talked about earlier. And finally, exercise 5, the 90-90 exhale hold. Sit on the floor, back against a wall, legs straight out, hands on your lower ribs. Exhale completely, pull the ribs down and in and tuck your chin slightly. Now hold this tight, compressed position and just take small, shallow nasal breaths for 30 seconds without letting those ribs flare back up. Repeat 3 times. This builds the endurance your muscles need to keep your ribs pulled down all day long without you even thinking about it.
Okay, let's talk timelines, because I want you to have super realistic expectations here. The amazing thing is, the breathing and rib exercises will literally change how your waist looks within days, because simply repositioning the rib cage instantly changes how wide your upper belly looks. But for the permanent structural fix, where you don't even have to think about it anymore, that takes about 2 to 4 weeks of doing these exercises daily.
And to guarantee that permanent fix, you need one ultimate daily habit. Check your breathing throughout the day. If you catch your chest rising first, or you catch your ribs flaring out when you're stressed or distracted, stop and do 1 rib slide down immediately. It's a tiny physical correction, but doing it consistently adds up thousands of times a day and completely rewires your posture. So here is my 14-day challenge for you. I want you to take a photo of yourself from the side right now. Be completely relaxed, absolutely do not suck it in. Do these 5 exercises daily for the next 14 days, and then take the exact same photo, put them side by side. I want you to see the undeniable difference in your own waist with your very own eyes. The results are truly incredible when you finally fix the anatomy. I'll leave you with this final question. Do your lower ribs stick out when you lie down on the floor? Let me know in the comments below because I read every single one. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel because next week's explainer is going to reveal the real reason why lean ankles can look thick and the simple 5-minute fix to finally slim them down. You will not find this content anywhere else, so I will see you guys then. Keep practicing that belly breathing.